We're just about ready. All right, that's a live mic. Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. That's going to be the auditorium. No, you can do it. It's fine. Come on in. Are you here for Tyra?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is a great morning here. We have a special treat. I'm Joe Brazino. I'm the director and principal of Niles Central. I'm not the special treat, but helping make it happen here. We are going to have a live version and rendition of our national anthem. So, Mr. Nick Mataj, if you could arm yourself with your hammer there, and let's get going. Graduates, you may be seated. Well, welcome to the 2023 Niles Central High School Graduation Recognition Ceremony. So again, I'm Joe Brazino. I'm the director and principal here at Niles Central. I have the honor of presenting you with today's graduates, thanking each and every one of you for taking time out of your busy days to share with us and celebrate a moment of recognition for these individuals next to me. We have had, to my knowledge, the largest graduating class. 17 students have made the District 219 requirements and completed them, 14 of which are here today. So, give me another round of applause for them. So, throughout this morning, we are going to have some kind words and happy things stated from various people, teachers, staff, members of the community. And I would like to introduce our board president, Mr. Ken Durr, if you can step on up here. Mr. Durr. Mr. Durr is the president of District 219's Board of Education. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me, and it's an honor and a privilege to be here on today. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2024. The 14 of you and the 3 that are here in spirit have come a long way to get here. And Niles Central has come a long way in the past 52 years from the storefront that it started in. And we are adamant that all students deserve an education that sparks their curiosity and desire to learn. And by giving equal opportunities and respect and dignity, we grow a sense of confidence in Niles Central students and cultivate a sense of belonging. Belonging, mastery, independence, generosity, all part of that circle of courage, gifts and traits that you've built on during your attendance here that will help you as you go on throughout life. Regardless what challenges we face, life is about overcoming challenges. And you've come a long way to get here, and you've got a long way to go. But we believe you have everything that it takes to get there. And we salute you, we encourage you, and we appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Dirk. All right, we're going to move right on because we have a lot of people to recognize here. So our first speaker today will be Miss Caitlin Casey.
All right, good morning, everybody. I first wanted to say thank you to each and every single one of you that is here today, staff, students, family, friends, for being here to support our students on such an incredible morning. It's with your help that these young souls have made it to this place in time. So, for each student that's sitting here, congratulations on this accomplishment. You made it. You did it. Graduation is one of those accomplishments that helps to tell the story of your life. I am most excited and inspired by having been a part of your tale. Be proud of yourself today and every day. For my 4 boys, would you stand? I have had the pleasure of working with these 4 young men, stand up, over the course of this school year. And this was my first school year at Central, so they've helped to make me feel comfortable in a new position, but also challenged and ready to go. I wanted to speak a little bit about each one of them in terms of their character. So, Mark, you are kind, you are so compassionate, and you are an extremely loyal person. Mark cares so much about his family and his friends, and he will do anything that he can to help a person in need. Mark thinks and interacts empathically in his life, and with that, you're going to be a great addition to any workforce. Monty showed up with a smile on, and there is rarely an occasion you don't catch him with it. Keep smiling, Monty. You're going to do great things in the world of engineering. Alex, you are an extremely talented and active young man. Please do not give that up. I wish you the absolute best at Parkland College, working on automotives, and I can't wait for you to come back and fix something on one of my old broke down cars. Anthony, I only was with you for a short time, but this is one of the most polite and kind individuals that I have ever experienced. Anthony rarely could be caught not saying please or giving an extreme amount of thank yous. And that practice of gratitude will take you a long way. So those are my boys for senior year. You could sit, and I've got one more thing. To every senior that's here, life can really be awesome. Recognize that you will have many opportunities because of this education that you earned and are standing here today. You'll collect a bunch of bumps and bruises along the way, but leave your mind open to every opportunity. Be patient, be resilient, and for goodness sakes, please be kind. Please always remember, a candle doesn't lose anything to light another one. Share yourself, share your genius, and share your kindness with the world. The world will return that favor.
Thank you, Ms. Casey. All right, our next speaker for today will be Mr. Matt Dickman.
to say a few words about Pat. Pat, come up here. Can't do this without you. So I stumbled on a quote in a book I read this year, Tattoos on the Heart, and it was a veteran teacher providing a few words to the author, and he said, it's more important that your students know you than know what you know. And this quote got me thinking of many of our students and how thankful I am to work in an environment like Niles Central, where your rapport with the students is in truth what is most important. This is very much so the case with Pat. Pat is honestly very intelligent. He got that impression on me right away as he casually tied topics from our class novels to politics or current events. Looking back on Pat's journey, I always remember him taking a strong interest in you as a person. It put a smile on my face hearing Pat stroll down the hall with a staff member, just taking his time and really valuing what you did that weekend or if you had anything good to eat. One of the many topics Pat and I found common ground on was employment. I recounted all the different jobs that led to my career as an educator. A big part of that conversation were the perks that each job had to offer, and fully in taking advantage of those said perks. Pat took this conversation to heart and shared one of his job perks with all of Niles Central. You see, Pat worked at Wild Fork and would get reduced, sometimes free food. And I'm not talking about just any food, folks. I'm talking about escargot, quail, bison hot dogs, just to name a few. And yes, he brought these in for everybody to sample, but the day I'll never forget is when he brought in salmon for the whole school. He took the time to cook this and served it to whoever wanted it at Niles Central lunch. And what was particularly joyous about this moment is that it was one of the first times a lot of us had salmon. And it's one of those moments you'll never forget. But talking about perks, I never did tell Pat about the perks of being a teacher and working at Niles Central. And that's our Thanksgiving feasts, our chili cook-offs, our pie baking competitions, or actually receiving a paycheck to play you guys in Nitro Ball. I love that. But that's not the biggest perk. The biggest perk is happening right now, and seeing all these young men and women grow up into adulthood and knowing I had a small part in that. I'm looking at each one of our grads today and seeing kids that are better prepared in many respects to handle future challenges than their peers, or at least me when I was 18. Y'all have persevered. Y'all are strong. Y'all found a way and did it. I wish that you can build on this, get a career that has some perks, and share those perks with who you care about. Congrats to you guys. You deserve it.
Thank you, Mr. Dickman. Okay, now it gets deep. Our next speaker here is Miss Harriet Yohanevich, aka Miss J. Miss J happens to be graduating herself today. Miss J is retiring at the end of today's business. We don't want to maybe honor her real quick with a round of applause. 26 years of service to District 219 and to Niles Central. So,
Thank you, Ms. Jantek. Okay, so good morning. While I usually have my speech somewhat memorized and come up here without notes, I wasn't sure I could do that this year. I have 6 graduates on my IEP caseload, so I wrote notes in order to make sure I didn't forget what I wanted to say about each one of these unique individuals. Sit back, get comfortable, and bear with me. The 6 graduates on my caseload include Damon Brenna, who could not be here today, Nicole Luchek, please stand. Olivia Luchek, please stand. Nicholas Mutai, please stand. Sarah Mugford. And Peter Roman. While many of you know me to be quite the talker, especially when I'm lecturing you, I get very nervous speaking in front of large groups. I try to get out of it like I do every year, but Mr. Brazino would not honor my request and chose instead to embarrass me on my way up. Thanks. When thinking about what I wanted to say or convey about each student, I also thought about what's the common thread between not only the 6 on my caseload, but every one of these graduates. And then it came to me, adaptability and perseverance. Each of them has demonstrated a strong ability to adapt to new situations, beginning with their transfer to Central, and to persevere through the ups and downs toward their final goal of graduation. Sometimes those setbacks seemed insurmountable. Sometimes it was right when you were at that gate, 2 weeks away, and you had to dig in, but you did. Let me elaborate on each one of the students. Damon, who is not here today, came to Central second semester of this year, late in his high school career, something that would deter a lot of students, but he didn't. He arrived with a split schedule and had some classes at Niles West, and then that eventually turned to full-time at Central, demonstrating his adaptability. He is a talented baseball player, and being full-time at Central made it less convenient to make practices sometimes, demonstrating perseverance. He plans to attend Southeastern Community College in Burlington, Iowa in the fall. His ultimate goal is to become a professional baseball player, but plans to pursue an associate's degree in the applied technologies from Southeastern as a backup. Are you guys hearing that feedback? Okay, just me. Okay, Nicole will check. When Nicole transferred to Central at the beginning of the school year, she wasn't even certain that she would graduate. She told me straight out she didn't like coming to school, but she surprised herself by recovering enough credits to graduate a semester early. She was proud of that accomplishment and should continue to be proud of that accomplishment, demonstrating her perseverance. Nicole is a very talented artist and will hopefully use her natural talent in her future career. She has already completed the application process for Oakton Community College and will enroll in fall classes. Olivia was also not a big fan of regular school attendance. However, her transfer to Central seemed to suit her better than the big building. Would you agree? Yeah. While getting up in the morning was not her thing, she pushed through. Perseverance. Olivia was extremely excited by the possibility of graduating early, and she worked the APEX system to her advantage. Adaptability. Olivia has a very dry sense of humor, and that may escape some people if they are not paying close attention. She sometimes reminds me of myself. She too will be attending Oakton in the fall. Nick transferred to Central in February of last year. He was not happy. I remember that first meeting in the conference room, and he made it known he didn't want to be here. He utilized the supports in place to recover credits and is graduating. Perseverance. While he may not admit it publicly, he's even told me that he wished he had come to Central earlier. Adaptability. As you know, and as he demonstrated, Nick is a very talented musician. What you don't know is he has a really good singing voice as well. And I will miss the Beatles tunes in the hall. Nick will also be attending Oakton in the fall to pursue an associate's degree in criminal justice, and one day, ultimately, would like to be an FBI agent. Sarah has been on my caseload the longest. I feel bad that she has had to endure my nagging longer than anyone else. But it paid off. While she has had some life-changing setbacks, she never lost sight of her goal to graduate: perseverance. She also took advantage of, this is going back a couple years, ALS and APEX to recover credits, adaptability. She's met with me one-on-one in Zoom meetings and phone conferences to finish up those last few units. Again, perseverance. She is a very talented athlete that even played on the Niles West softball team. I want Sarah to always remember that even if it takes a little longer, she can accomplish anything she sets her mind to. Peter. Peter's an interesting character. He too, like Sarah, has a very dry sense of humor and is quick on his feet with the one-liners. Love that about him. Something else, I don't know if this was a joke he was playing with us, but he was at Central years ago, transitioned to North full-time, and then came back to Central this fall. I think he just missed us, but it's a testament to his adaptability. Peter is also a very talented mechanic, a lot of it self-taught. I will miss you sharing the jobs you are doing on your pickup truck and changing the wheels and things I don't even understand. I am proud that you will be attending Oakton in the fall to pursue an associate's degree in automotive technology. In addition to each and every one of these graduates being adaptable and persevering is how extremely bright, talented, and personable they are. At this time, I also want to take a moment to acknowledge the families of each and every graduate on this stage. This achievement could not have been possible without your collaboration and support. No more weekly updates from me. You can start to check your emails again. No more phone calls. You don't need to screen them anymore. But all of these families have shown adaptability and perseverance. So in addition to the graduates, please give yourself a hand. While at one time these graduates were students, they are now young adults. And is there anything more important to being a successful adult than adaptation and perseverance? No. I know these students have taught me a lot about those two qualities, and I thank you for that. Last but not least, like Mr. Brusino said, it is my final year, and thankfully, my final graduation speech. I want to thank all of the staff at Niles Central, North, and West, current and past, for their support. I know I can be intense at times, but I believe we all have the common goal of encouraging independent young adults. Sometimes that takes intensity, and it always takes honesty. The honesty of telling a senior in my U.S. history class that perhaps he should focus on APEX recovery credit, to the intensity of nagging students about what they need to accomplish to reach graduation. Bottom line is, you put in the work, you did it, you persevered, and you adapted. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. J, and thank you for many years of service to us. Okay, our next speaker for this morning will be Ms. Kate Shulden. Ms. Kate Shulden, I'm going to say this again, is also graduating today. Kate has given District 219 28 years of service, all here at Niles Central, in addition to teaching CPI with me as well and many other district committees. Give it up for Kate Shulden.
4 graduates. I'm not sure if Willie is out there. Can't see, but I am going to talk about him. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. And I too, like Miss J, had to write down everything because this is hard. This is, it's hard to graduate. I know that's, it's hard to remember things when there's stress. First, I wanted to congratulate everybody. So not just my graduates, but everybody sitting here and everybody in the room. So congratulations to everybody. When I was trying to write this speech over and over again, I'm hearing feedback too. Is there? You can't? Okay, good. Was thinking about an email that I received during Teacher and Staff Appreciation Week. And it touched on the end of the year being filled with mixed emotions. And that is actually what helped me think about what I wanted to say today. The end of the school year is a time for celebration, a time to mark accomplishments. It is, absolutely. Congratulations again to everyone in the room, especially the graduates. They've worked incredibly hard to get where they are today, right now. This is without a doubt a time to celebrate, to applaud, to reflect on accomplishments, and perhaps even to take a minute for a deep breath. However, there is a flip side. For some, the end of the school year can be sad because we won't see each other every day anymore. This is true, and especially at Niles Central, a very small school where we teach by building relationships. I'm hopeful that at the end of the school year, we have a healthy mixture of both joy and sadness, infused with strength-based skills that we have learned from each other that will help us pass the time until we see each other again, whenever that may be. I have 4 graduates in my homeroom, part of the Niles Central family, that I would like to talk with you about this morning. But before I do so, I would like to take a minute to just thank everyone again, families, friends, guardians, mentors, anyone who has supported or is supporting the people who helped us make this journey to get into this auditorium where we are celebrating everyone. So take a minute just to thank everyone for getting where we are today on this journey. So thank you for everyone for making this happen. So the graduates I'm going to talk about today, they are in no particular order. Not alphabetical, not chronological, not by height, not by birth order. Last night I put your names in a hat, closed my eyes and just picked your names. So that's the order I'm going to talk about. Essence Floyd. I am so proud of you. Essence completed her graduation requirements after 7 semesters of high school in December of 2022. I met Essence at the end of her junior year at the beginning of May 2022. There was a month left in the school year, so the only realistic option was to enroll Essence in resource classes so she could work on earning credits independently. Essence, your work ethic, your self-advocacy skills, your intelligence and independence led to earning all of your credits junior year. When I think back to the first semester of your senior year and all of this time we spent together, I wanted to make sure you know how much I have learned from you. Organization is important. Printing paper calendars and crossing off the days will forever keep me on track now. You might not realize how much you were helping me and I am grateful. I learned about self-advocacy and being an advocate. You always knew exactly which credits you had earned and what else you needed to do in order to graduate. You asked questions and looked for clarification when needed, not just for yourself, but for others. And finally, I learned about working hard and about generosity. In addition to being a full-time student, Essence was working at least one job and either looking for a second job or working a second job. Each morning when Essence was helping me stay organized, she would tell me stories about her job and what she was saving up for. Never something for herself. Even when we were looking at cool Jordans that were about to drop, Essence always said she wanted to buy them for someone else. Essence is interested in obtaining certification as a phlebotomist. She has researched multiple programs, including one in Schaumburg, one at Oakton, one in Austin. Essence then plans on pursuing a career in nursing. Congratulations. Jason Franklin. Jason, I'm so proud of you. I met Jason at the beginning of this year, his senior year. Jason, like Essence, has been helpful to me this year. He might not know it though. Like clockwork, Jason is 20 minutes early to school every day. I know if I get to school 30 minutes early, Jason will come in and we'll either talk, sit quietly, or just do our own thing. However the day begins, it helps me with consistency, and I wouldn't want to start my day any other way. Jason, I wanted to make sure that you know how much I have learned from you. Even when we were sitting in silence, I was learning. When we talked, I was definitely taking it in. When you and Mr. Mateo were recapping the Clippers games? Lakers games. Lakers, all right, sorry, I knew it was one of them, sorry, no offense. I'm a high school and college hoopster, so sorry, no judgment. It made me happy, really, really happy, seeing how animated you two were talking about the games. Your knowledge of the game and the attention to detail was incredible. So, Jason, one of the first things I learned from you is perseverance. You work incredibly hard, and working is a priority for you. I remember early in the first semester when you said you had just gotten your work schedule and you didn't have a day off for 7 or 8 days. It was a long stretch. Being in high school is a full-time job, especially senior year. I didn't know you well yet, but I do remember asking you what you were going to do about your schedule, your work schedule. And you said you were going to work the days because that was what was expected. You told me it's a good job, and even though you'll be tired and you'll have a day off after the long stretch, I thought, I don't know many 17-year-olds who could handle this kind of stressor with this kind of calm and grace. I also learned about planning, independence, and overcoming obstacles from Jason. For weeks, Jason was looking forward to something, a fun event with his family. I didn't realize this, but for the weeks preceding this event, when Jason was going to miss some school, Jason was making sure his grades were solid in all of his classes. He also made sure that everything on his college checklist was taken care of. I know this because each time I asked him about it, 3 or more things were just checked off and completed. Jason came to school when I thought he was going to be away with his family, and he told me the plans had changed. Although he was disappointed, he said, "We'll figure out another time to go." Cool, mature, an impressive reaction. Jason is interested in studying engineering. He has also talked about studying to become a mechanic. He's completed all of the requirements to attend Oakton in the fall. Jason is considering attending Harper in Schaumburg. It is nice to have options. Congratulations. I'm going to talk about Willie. I can't see out there if he is here or not, but I'm going to talk briefly about him. Willie Cascio. Willie, I am really proud of you. I met him at the beginning of this year, his senior year, and I just wanted to make sure that you know how much I have learned from you. I learned a lot from him before I even met him, and the only way I could figure out how to exactly explain this, and I think some of you might relate to this, is likening it to before having kids. So before I had kids, when I saw my parents, they would say hi, they were really excited to see me, they greeted me with a hug and a smile. Once I had kids, they were still happy to see me, but they made a beeline for their grandkids. So that's fine, that's good, I can respect that. So now back to Willie. At an Institute Day, right after I had met Willie, some people I had known for years were walking toward me with big smiles on their faces, and I'm feeling good, I'm thinking they're happy to see me, and I was about to strike up a conversation with them, and I was going to say hi, go in for a hug, and they said, "How's Willie?" And so I thought, I haven't seen him yet, he just started yesterday, I'll meet him tomorrow. That happened 2 more times that day. So what I soon confirmed was that, once I met Willie, was that he has this uncanny ability to build really, really strong relationships with peers and with adults. He's charming and social and generous. And whether you spoke with him yesterday, 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, what matters is the lasting impression that this interaction made. Willie is planning to continue working with his online shoe sales right now until he can open a brick and mortar store, and I'm sure he will be incredibly successful with that. Air Willie. Finally, April Adams. April, I'm so proud of you. I met April at the beginning of this semester, her senior year. And April, I wanted to make sure that you too know how much I have learned from you. One of the first things I learned from April falls into the category of, I learned this from you, but you probably don't know it. I learned to slow down, pay attention, and enjoy what's in front of me. I was grading some algebra work, and I saw something on the back of April's assignment. I turned it over, and it was a beautiful sketch, a portrait or a profile, and I would have completely missed it entirely if I had just gone through my regular, usual kind of fast grading routine. Instead, I slowed down and I enjoyed what was in front of me. I have a wall of April's assignments if I need a visual reminder to slow down. I have also learned from April that it is okay to let my guard down and be vulnerable. I'm lucky and grateful to have April in my homeroom. This young mind, April's, who isn't afraid to take a risk, showed me, again, probably without even realizing it, that it's okay to be open and honest, to talk freely, to be genuine, and to be sincere. And finally, I have learned about perseverance and independence from April. There's a lot to do senior year, regardless of what your plans are after graduation. I'm a post-it person. Most people know this about me. I had multiple post-its for each senior based on their plans. One day, April and I sat down to go through her post-secondary to-do list. April sat down at my desk, logged into her Oakton portal, and navigated the system independently, like she'd been doing it her whole life. I sat back and watched. She developed a 3-year plan with her advisor, and it was done. Like, she was professional. a professional Oakton portal navigator. Her first year at Oakton will be in the BNAT program, Basic Nursing Assistant Training, which will provide her with a certification as a certified nursing assistant. And upon completing that, she can start a 2-year program and earn an associate degree in nursing. Congratulations. So those are my seniors. Congratulations. So I will leave you with these final thoughts. I'm also graduating this year. And I'm just like Miss J, we're leaving, this is our graduation. And I'm proud to be a member of the class of 2023. So I will leave you with these brief parting words. I promise brief, because I've been up here a while. I've been cleaning out my room. 28 years is a lot of years of stuff to go through. And I found an article on my desk. It's titled, "The Importance of Having an Under 30 Mentor." And the article starts by talking about Margaret Mead, an anthropologist who in 1970 wrote a book called Culture and Commitment, a study of the generation gap. She studied the evolutionary impacts of media on the ways in which knowledge and culture were passed from generation to generation. Elders were the ones who knew the world best. The knowledge and experience they accumulated was handed down to their children as a map to help them navigate their lives. Mead predicted a time when youth might know more about how the world operates, because the adults had never experienced the type of world in which those kids had been growing up. No question, says Mead, the wisdom of adults is still valuable and important. They have much to teach kids about the ways of the world in terms of relationships, attitudes, and values. But kids are wise to the world in ways that many people in my generation are not. My kids, here and at home, grew up networking. They ease into and use new technology seamlessly, and they are tapped into youth activism in a new and exciting way. It ended up being timely for me, finding this article in a pile of papers sitting on my desk. I found my under 30 mentors, many of them. I've been surrounded by them. Just because you are graduating and moving on to new and exciting things, it does not mean that you should stop helping others see the world through your beautiful lenses and with your diverse perspectives. Your voice in every conversation is crucial. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jolvin. Finally, Mr. Green is one to be a public speaker, and this is his next career choice. Mr. Brian Green, thank you.
This is Tyra Sharp. All right, first of all, I would like to congratulate all of today's graduates. Congratulations. This is Tyra Sharp. Tyra came to Central for a short time in the early 2019, but unfortunately she moved out of the district and left us. But Tyra returned at the beginning of this school year. It's been a pleasure having Tyra back with us this year. I appreciate all our talks during homeroom and work study, conversations including a variety of topics from food, to shows on Netflix, to life in general. When talking with Tyra and getting to know her, I eventually learned that Tyra is very candid and direct. I appreciate her openness because I felt like it demonstrated her trust in me and often led to fun and engaging conversations. I also learned Tyra has a great sense of humor. Back and forth, Tyra and I were able to make each other laugh. Tyra has a smile that can light up any room, and it can be infectious to everyone around her. Want to show it off? When I look at Tyra, I see a picture of strength and perseverance. Tyra has overcome life's hurdles that try to slow all of us down at some point. However, by standing next to me today and before you all as a D219 graduate, proves that Tyra has the courage and determination to confront life's challenges with success. Tyra is a bright individual full of potential. Tyra is looking forward to soon starting the phlebotomy training program. I'm excited for Tyra as she prepares for life after high school. I believe in Tyra and in what she has to offer this world. Tyra, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I wish for you only the best things in life. I hope you stay in touch, and next time lunch is on you, okay? Before I leave, I always like to quote something, but before I leave, I want to share with Tyra, all the graduates, everyone in this room, these words of encouragement. And this is from a book called Make Your Bed by Admiral William H. McRaven. It says, remember, start each day with a task completed. Find someone to help you through life. Respect everyone. Know that life is not fair and that you will fail often. But if you take some risks, step up when times are toughest, face down bullies, lift up the downtrodden, and never ever give up. If you do these things, then you can change your life for the better and maybe the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Green. All right, moving on to our presentation of awards. We have some money to give away. Mrs. Gantz could not be here today, so I'm going to wrangle Mr. Green in here. We have the Bob Brown Memorial Scholarship. So, Mr. Brown was a volunteer and a substitute in our building for many years prior to me being there, but left a pretty sizable amount of money to give on to students that he felt needed it, and we are here to give some of that away to make some more college and career pathways a little bit easier for them to attain. So our first recipient is Mr. Schmackernell. Bailey, please stand up. He goes by Monty. Here, give me your hand, sorry. Monty will be getting $750 out of this, and we are going to kick in another $250 from our Principal's Leadership Award, so $1,000 to them. Our next recipient will be Mr. Jason Franklin. Jason, come on up. Jason will also be getting $750 from the Bob Brown Scholarship and $250 from us, so $1,000 for college. So, all right, thank you, folks. And we have a Principal's Leadership Award. I'd like to honor Mr. Alex Kreuter. Please stand up. Alex will give the Principal's Leadership Award from Niles Central, and we'll be getting $1,000 towards Oakton or any community college of his choice. So. Thank you, Brian. All right, well, we're getting to that time now where it's going to be the end. So, not really the end, it's kind of closing, but I have a little bit of words to say myself, some advice maybe. So, challenges, maybe that's the thing here in our program. Every day we face challenges. How we face, handle, and ultimately conquer these challenges will help define who you are as people. Niles Central, I've said this before, I'll say it again, we are classified as an alternative school, but it's more of an alternative way of learning. So look at it that way. We got to each and every one of your skill sets, and we're able to hone them and get you here across the stage and across the finish line. We gave you a smaller class size, extra support from both an academic and social standing, and we provided you a spot where you could truly learn. Most importantly, though, I think, as you've heard by our touching speeches here, we built a relationship with each of you and your families out in the audience out here. So if you actually could clap for your parents and families right now, I'd appreciate that. So we gave you a little bit more compassion to deal with these quote-unquote pesky challenges. A couple words of advice for you. 4 words. Work hard and be nice. Work hard and be nice. If you can do those 4 things, a lot of good things will happen to you. Yes. Closing out here, a wise woman once told me that small steps are still steps. So let's take those steps. Let's take those steps forward. Let's take those steps together. Let's step up right now. Would like you to officially grab your tassel. I don't have one, but I'll mimic. We're going to take it from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you with the class of 2023. Give a round of applause. So we are going to proceed out this way, but we have a little addition. We're going to do just a little photo op, so each of you will have access to these pictures. Mr. Gibson's going to take a picture with me, so I'm going to hand you something, shake your hand, and walk out. And then if you want, you can play the music. Go ahead, play the... Our ceremonies, we would like to invite you back to the Niles Central campus right down the street, 7700 Grosse Pointe Road. We will have lunch on the lawn. Lunch on the lawn. Go immediately there. We'll take pictures outside there. Very nice background there. Thank you.